toxic form of abuse. So
So no, not only is that like textbook example of gaslight, the real gaslighting, we've kind of watered it down for modern relationships and toxicity. But another way I've actually seen it, and the first time I've ever heard the term used, was when a man told a woman, uh, in a cheating situation, she didn't see what she saw between him and the other girl. Have you ever experienced that, and what are your general thoughts on gaslighting in relationships?
Oh, okay. I've absolutely experienced it, how he's described it, and I definitely think it happens a lot. I mean, as a man, I've experienced it from women a lot, and I definitely feel as though in society right now, I feel like a certain level of like narcissism is encouraged in women, and I feel as though because that's what gaslighting is. You know, gaslighting is a narcissistic trait, if we call it what it is. So I
Mm.
feel as though a lot of times we experience that with women because a lot of the ideals of feminism are actually like the tenets of narcissism. You know, so I think that any woman that takes on feminism is actually also taking on narcissism. So if she has those feminist traits, or she follows that or has that belief system in her life, you're going to see gaslighting happen. Because even if you look at how the arguments go, I mean, even if we get into like how these communities are going right now, literally some of these communities are complete gaslighting just by nature, like men telling you they're women, women telling you they're men. All those things are gaslighting. And it's becoming commonplace on the feminine side of society because of that narcissism that I think is encouraged in women.
All right, Chanel, what you got?
I do think women are more emotional. So when if a man says, I don't want to go out tonight, I think some women will say, well, you don't want to hang out with me or you don't want to spend time with me. I think, you know, like Fantasy was saying, sometimes it's just trying to communicate, trying to understand. It takes sometimes to do that. It's not right, but a lot of women are like that. I don't necessarily think that is gaslighting unless her purpose is to minimize your feelings. But I think in a normal relationship, which is what I hope we're talking about here, a lot of women, when they hear certain things in their head, it changes and it's not good, but that's just what happens.
All right, Israel.
I think that, of course, I've experienced it, and I think that a lot of women do it unintentionally. Like it's not like something that they do on purpose, or even that they're really cognizant of doing. At the same time, a lot of women do it naturally, and it's part of, I believe, their protective. You know what I'm saying? A protective mechanism in order to protect themselves, right? And so what they do is they um they gaslight in order to one, manipulate and get their way, two, in order to shame you into giving them their way, three, in order to make you think that you're crazy so they can get their way, and four, in order to make you seem like you stupid in order for them to get their way. So the bottom line is women use gaslighting tactics and techniques, I think, naturally and really not intentionally a lot of times, to get their way, and it's part of their defense mechanism.
All right, Sugar Curls, you got something loaded up for us? Shoot.
yeah, so when I heard the video, I didn't think what he was describing was gaslighting. What he was describing to me seemed more like manipulation. A woman may whine or she's not understanding her man. I have experienced gaslighting. What I think of is more so in a situation where, for instance, a spouse is in the bed and he or she, use whatever context, comes in at 2 a.m. in the morning, and the spouse in the bed is like, she knows she's not dreaming, or he knows he's not dreaming. Okay, I just saw that person come in. They're a little staggered, a little lethargic. And so the next morning you question your spouse, hey, what's up? You came in 2 a.m. in the morning, you were kind of looking lethargic. What's going on? And the spouse says, that wasn't me, you was dreaming. You didn't see that. That is classic gaslighting. You're trying to distort reality. You're
Oh,
trying to
that's.
say, you're crazy.
Hmm.
And then what happens is when it happens frequently, the person starts to really question their own reality. They question their own thinking. Well, maybe I didn't see him. Maybe that wasn't true. And so that's when it becomes distort. It is abuse. It is a
Yeah.
really toxic form of abuse. So
So no, not only is that like textbook example of gaslight, the real gaslighting, we've kind of watered it down for modern relationships and toxicity. But another way I've actually seen it, and the first time I've ever heard the term used, was when a man told a woman uh, in a cheating situation, she didn't see what she saw between him and the other girl. So you've seen a lot of movies where it's like you over there, she touching your hand and all that type of. You ain't see that. What are you talking about? That's like my cousin. Like that is class. Like I did not just see you. She damn near wanted to pull your meat out your pants. Like when you see people
It's
arguing,
not
like
what
that,
it wasn't what it looked like. That's the phrase. It wasn't what it looked
distorting
like.
reality to the point where she's like, well, maybe they are just friends. Am I tripping? It really has to do also with the all other person's response that their reality is actually distorted and they didn't see what they saw. It's crazy because isn't that a true a sign of every serial killer is their sociopathic behavior to do that? That's crazy. I mean, not serial killer, but sociopath that, oh man, that's crazy. All right, Sweeney.
So I would argue sugar. My bad. Sugar curls. I would argue that those examples that he gave were actually excellent examples of gaslighting, and it actually aligns with what you said. Because one of the things when he said, "Hey, look, I don't feel like going out right now," and she says, "Oh, you just don't want to hang out with me." That is her manipulating reality and trying to make him feel, you know what I mean, trying to make him feel bad or manipulate him into believing that there's something wrong with him for not wanting to go out at that moment. So I would argue that those are actually excellent examples of gaslighting. I would say that women are masters at gaslighting. I think that's often a thing that men tend to get from their women. And I mean, shit. Hey, how many of y'all? Let me ask y'all a question. What is an example of gaslighting that y'all have experienced, fellas?
So I'm not gonna lie, I don't experience gaslighting.
Okay,
So,
Mr. Let Go.
Everything Let Go does is perfect. We know.
I help somebody get their credit straight and get them situated. But before I help them, I say, hey, look, I know how you get down. Don't do anything. Don't put in inquiries or anything on your credit. And it was like, why would I do something like that? I would never do that. Why would you think I would do something like that? And then lo and behold, they went and bought a Mercedes Benz.
Okay. I think that was just lying.
Sure that applies.
Nah, that's gaslighting.
No,
hold on. Yes, because
lying.
Hold on. It's not. No, it is gaslighting. Hold on, wait. Hold on for a second. It's gaslighting. It's gaslighting. It's gaslighting because they tried to make it seem like I was crazy, and they tried to make it seem like I didn't know what I was talking about by telling them not to do something, and they tried to put it on me. Like, why would I think that they would do that? So that's not just lying. That is technically gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
That wasn't gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
It's pretending that she don't know what the situation is, knowing that she's asking you for help, and you're saying, "Hey, don't do this," and she's like, "Oh, why would you think I would do that?"